let's talk about this, because the first video got fucked.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about this. Okay. My memory's foggy, but the only thing I remember about years ago, 2 years ago, I think. Don't get me wrong. A lot of people are probably gonna backlash me for this, but yes, I used to have the hots for Jaden. Creepy. But anyway, after one night, I saw like a stream, and I saw her face, and I was like, ooh, sexy. And anyway, I had one dream the other night, not other night like now, but like years ago, and it was just me in a car with her. She was like driving this like weird car. I don't know what it was. It looked like a Dodge. Anyway, she says to me, "I don't like you," and I'm like, "Why?" She shoves me out of her car, and then she drives off. Here I am out in the middle of Arizona, and all of a sudden, I see a doctor, and he's like, "You know the red zone for PUBG, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." You might die if you enter it. And I see the red zone coming ahead in the Arizona heat waves, and I'm like, "Oh shit!" And I'd fucking run like as fast as I can. And then I find like a city. It looked like Postal 2's Paradise. You know, the fictional town, the Arizona town from Postal 2. It's got that polygraphic look to it. Only thing I see is a couple people walk around. I don't know. They might have been saying, "Hey, Mom, look, I'm playing with myself." Who cares? But anyways, I see my brother, and he's on a four-wheeler. He revs that engine like... And the only thing we hear is, "My balls! They are made of steel!" As it kept panning to the front of the four-wheeler, in and out, and he would go, "Steel! Steel! Steel!" I fucking threw up. Anyway, let's go back to this 9/11 one. The 9/11 story, right? Alright. This was quite recent. It was September 11th, 2021, 20 years after 9/11. And, here we are, watching it, and they're like, "America has changed. We ain't as free as we used to be." And I'm like, man, I wish 9/11 never happened. Light bulb! I had an idea. I would take my Juno computer here, not sponsored, I built it myself. Anyway, I would take the computer, and I would take it apart and turn it into a time machine. The time machine looked like it had like a door on it. It was like a box. It looked like the TARDIS from Doctor Who. But it was like a wood box. It had like the computer tower on top of it with wires sticking down it and a watch on the wall. It looked like that one from that SpongeBob movie, Sponge Out of Bikini Bottom or Sponge Out of Water. I don't know what that movie's called. I get in the time machine. I set the shrink ray I made out of the rest of the parts of the computer, which was a graphics card with a barrel on the end of it. I shrink it to grow. I turn it to grow. Not shrink it. And then I teleport back to September 11th, 2001, and set my watch on the set time when the planes would hit. Well, once it was almost time, I saw the planes darting through there, so I grew to the size of a fucking titan. And I took the planes, both of my hands, both of my fucking hands, and I crushed them like pop cans and threw them in the ocean. And I shrink myself back down with the ray, and then I time machine back to September 11th, 2021, present day. And my family's like, "You're drafted the war." And I'm like, "How?" "Here, take this rifle. I heard they are crackheads and gangbangers in the towers." And I'm like, "What?" And then they were like, "The people, dude. The World Trade Center workers, they stopped working there." Apparently the people that died there, instead of dying, they just gave up on the place. They were like, "Fuck this job. It ain't paying enough." Anyway, I take this like weird AK-47 M4A1 whatever thing. I don't remember. It's cloudy. And I go in the building, and here I am with a Fallout Pip-Boy and a Fallout 4 HUD. Me in this building, there's like vines growing down from like the holes in the ceilings and shit. Probably about 3,000 feet down. Here I am in there. I shoot a couple of crackheads, and here my mom's like, "Here, take this combat knife. You don't know if a druggie could attack you." And I'm like, "I got a gun. Just in case you may run out of ammo." Well, so here I am in there, pop, pop, pop. Destroy one druggie. Pop, pop, pop. Destroy a gangbanger. Then I go up to the top floor, and here's Barack Obama sitting with some Asian dude with a towel around his head. And he's like, "Would you like some Captain Spaulding's fried chicken?" And I'm like, "What?" And then he's like, "It's been laying there." And then here's this Asian dude with the towel wrapped around his head, and he's like, I'm like, what? And they're pretty much BFFs, okay? They're homies. They're watching this like old school CRT TV with like the knobs on the side of it and like antennas, which they get a good signal anyway. They're up 3,000 feet in the air. Then all of a sudden it teleports to the trailer, like a weird trailer I was in like a field. And my brother here's like, hey, where am I going to put all this furry porn? I'm like, you could put it in the cluster room. I don't know what a cluster room is. So he goes in like this weird looking bedroom, opens up a closet door, and just shoves the files down into like the closet and closes it. Then it cuts back to like this, you know, the scene from Mario CDI where the castle collapses people? Well, anyway, it shows the World Trade Center, the one at least. It collapses down into nothing but support beams, and I hear Obama echo out from the top, "Damn, I'm homeless. Where am I gonna live now?" And that's all I remember. Let me tell you the other dream I had. The Christmas dream. The Christmas themed dream. This dream starts off with me and Bye Boy living in an apartment, no context. Because I guess, yeah, Bye Boy, he was over 18, but he didn't want to live in like some house to pay for. He wanted some freebie house. So he picks me and lives in my apartment in like, I don't know, New York, which I don't know why I'm living in New York. And it's like this 1950s looking apartment. Anyway, it's Christmas and I hear people outside ready for Christmas dinner. And I hear Bible, he's like, hey, dude, get the ham. I'm like, yeah, okay. I open up the fridge and pull out the ham, getting ready to bake it. He's like, not that ham. I'm talking about a fresh one. And I'm like, what do you mean by that? And, you know, Boy, he's a farmer, okay? He's raised on a farm. He has pigs and birds and whatever the fuck there is. He's like, here's the pig. And I just hear this pig. I can't do a squeaking pig voice. Anyway, this pig is alive. He's like, you need to cut its head off and gut it. And I'm like, I'm squeamish. I ain't gonna do that. And he's like, you gotta do it. I'm too squeamish to do it myself. So here I am, and apparently it was no choice. I take this meat cleaver. I got a demonstration. I got a hat. I cut down trees, you know. I'm a lumberjack. Anyway, I take the pig's head and I go, and it squeals again, which makes no sense because its head's cut off. But then it falls over on its belly. And apparently, after that, he's like, now you gotta gut it. And I'm like, I don't want to gut it. You gut it. No, you gotta gut it. So here he does. He takes a meat hook and hangs it over the shower/bath, like the bathtub and whatever. And I pull out this like butcher's knife and I go, all the intestines and guts fall out. And I'm like, ugh, ugh. And he's like, now we need to get the bacon. And then he like takes like a knife and like cuts out the bacon and pulls it out. Or I don't remember. I might have pulled it out. And then he's like, that's gonna be some good bacon. Let me wash the blood off of it. And he's like, now you get the ham. And I pull out this like whole ham in a bag, which makes no sense. I thought you're supposed to work for it. You're supposed to chop it out and everything. Like a fucking autopsy. Anyway, I put the ham in the oven, which this is like a Dan Snyder oven. I don't know why. But like Dan Schneider pretty much gave up on Nickelodeon after they accused him for being a sex offender, and he just started off making ovens. Like premium quality easy bake ovens. He puts the ham in the oven and closes it, and you just hear 1950s laser sounds and whatever, and like a bright blue light come from the oven, and then later you hear a ding. He opens it up. There's like mist and steam and smoke coming out of it, and a freshly cooked ham with a pineapple on top of it and whatever. Cut pineapple, not a whole pineapple. Anyway, he sits it down on the table. He's like, dinner's served. Now let's call some families. And he goes, boo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, dinner ready. Come on up for Christmas, y'all. Like he had a weird southern accent, man. Well, wearing a cowboy hat. And then all of a sudden, I see my brother up there. He's like, thank you for making the ham. Throws it down the balcony, and I think I get mad at it. And then, like, he says, what about me? Because I was, like, reviewing, like, this like, the Game Boy toaster. The Game Boy toaster part of the video. Let me tell you. I was making, like, a weird video on webcam, and I was like, look at this. Look at this Game Boy toaster. Plug that in. Toast. Anyway, It starts toasting. I'm like, let's review it. And then the only thing I see is my brother say, what about me? And then he gets mad, calls the police, and then I get swatted. And that's when I woke up.